Good morning and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Tuesday, January 20th. Okay, let's take a look at the action. We're watching the S&Ps. We're down 1.31%. Not bad. We were down 1.5%, so a little bit of some positive action flowing now, but still, we're down hard. And the losses are significant, and they're really due to the renewed tariff rhetoric that's coming from President Trump, and that's igniting the selling pressure. And, that has concerns on economic growth. His threats are really, directed at Europe. On one hand, he's talking about specific tariffs on France because France doesn't want join his board of peace, as he calls it. In addition, he's talking about tariffs to any nation that is against his acquisition of Greenland. This is all coming at the same time as the Supreme Court is about to make a decision on their announcements on the IEEPA tariffs. So he's kind of creating a stage. He's kind of creating a reason to keep these tariffs on. Speaking of the Supreme Court this week, they're going to be hearing from Lisa Cook, the Federal Reserve Board governor. President Trump's trying to remove her. We're going to see if we get independence from the Fed or not. This is going to be a key case. Today, in merger news, GSK, they're going to be acquiring RAPT in a $2.2 billion deal. On an earnings front, we're seeing some gains in FITB as that stock's higher after its earnings report, while 3M and Fast, they're trading a little lower this morning. Okay, let's move on and let's take a look at the European markets this morning. We're looking at the DAX. The DAX is down 1.37%. Remember, yesterday, the European markets were open and the DAX fell 1.34%. So it's 2 days of big losses in Germany. In London, the FTSE's down 1.14%, declines in pharma, mining, and energy stocks. In France is down 1.03%. Yesterday, France fell 1.78%. It's really led by, the weakness in luxury stocks, which are, very sensitive to global demand issues and the geopolitical tensions. So I'm not surprised to see those luxury stocks taking a hit this morning. We're looking over at Asia last night, and Asia also experienced losses. The Nikkei fell 592 points. That's 1.11%, led by weakness in tech. Listen, Japan's a separate issue right now because they called for those snap elections that are going to happen next month in February, and the markets are a little cautious on the sustainability of the budget that they're releasing. So we got a couple issues there domestically in Japan. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng fell 76 points, or 0.29%. Overnight, with weakness in tech and consumer names. China was flat to lower, down 0.01%. The fourth quarter growth came in at 4.5%, which was below expectations, but their 5% growth target for 2025 occurred. So, it's not horrible news, but they did, trade like flat all day in China. And then there's crude oil, and oil remains. We're seeing some gains in it this morning. You got WTI at $59.95 a barrel. You got Brent at $64.42 a barrel. Listen, the Iran premium, that has kind of, been removed off because it doesn't look like we're going to be attacking Iran anytime soon. But the markets are really waiting on the latest developments out of the Trump tariffs, and that's really what's causing, oil prices to move higher this morning. In terms of earnings, listen, you got to start off with 3M, Minnesota Mining Manufacturing. They beat by 3 cents on higher revenue. Stock's down 4.65% this morning. Fifth Third Bancorp, FITB, they beat by 5 cents and they only met on revenue expectations. That stock's trading up 1.71% this morning. After the bell today, we got Netflix, ticker NFLX. Their EPS is 55 cents. Expected move is 7.76%. IBKR, Interactive Brokers, their EPS is 49 cents. Expected move is 6.13%. UAL, United Airlines, their EPS is $2.98. Expected move 7.40% when these companies release this afternoon. Light day on the economic front, no significant reports coming out, but there's a lot of those delayed reports that that are coming out this week. They in totality they could cause some questions or concerns with the markets, but nothing really for today. And in terms of the big announcements for later this week, it'll be the PCE report, which is the big one. Also, third quarter GDP is coming out later this week. We'll turn it over to the markets this morning. I'm looking at my Dow stocks. I got 2 Dow stocks higher. Travelers Group, earnings are coming out. Verizon, which is typical during large sell-offs. Everything else is getting hit. Everything else is down. And you look at your FANG stocks, everything's down but Netflix. Netflix, whose earnings are out this afternoon, is trading higher. The thing with Netflix is they amended their merger agreement to an all-cash transaction. I mentioned this on Friday. It did actually happen. You look at Amazon. Amazon's really leading the leg lower for the FANG stocks this morning as it's down 2.45%. Google's also getting hit this morning. But developer requests for Google's Gemini has doubled over the past 5 months, according to one story. And Tesla, which is off by 2.43%. Musk says Tesla's almost done with its AI5 chip design, and it's in early stages of its AI6 stage design. So interesting. In terms of Dow Jones 30 stocks, we got to talk about Nike, which is really getting hit hard this morning. I mean, weakness is really, in a reaction to tariff news. I mean, the stock does not do well to tariff news. And then we just got to talk about a couple other earnings that are coming out tomorrow morning. I mean, we got Johnson & Johnson coming out tomorrow morning. Their EPS is $7.13. Expected move is zero. Actually, where is that Johnson & Johnson? Johnson & Johnson EPS is $2.50. Expected move is 3.26%. Call put volume here, or put call volume is 0.43%, which is positive. Travelers Group, which is trading higher this morning, their Travelers Group, their EPS is $8.37. The expected move is 6.05%. Put call ratio is 1.52%. Yeah, I don't really like it. Don't really love it. In terms of merger news, RAPT, Richard Apple, Paul Tom, GlaxoSmithKline Backup, ticker GSK. They're going to acquire RAPT for $58 a share. Was announced this morning. In terms of guidance news, 3M sees full year 2026 adjusted EPS $8.50 to $8.70. Street estimates $8.61. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not bad. What else? We have catalyst calls. Citibank opened up a 30-day downside catalyst watch on PDD Holdings. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about our stock of the day today. I'm going to stick with an earnings play. I'm going to go with a LLY, Ally Financial Group. Earnings are out Wednesday morning. EPS is $1.02. Expected move is 8.60%. You look at Friday's call volume, 2,583 calls versus 1,240 puts. That's 2 to 1. Open interest, 58,000 to 44,000. That's positive. And the major brokers, they're raising price targets on the stock, ALLY. I mean, honestly, I want to get in at a discount. I'm going to say, 43.20, 43.15, 43.15 to 43.25. So I'll say 43.20 is an entry point for that stock, ALLY. But that's my pick of the day, earnings play. Earnings are out tomorrow morning. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about the hot news that's hitting the tape this morning. See what we see, if there's anything exciting in the last 15 minutes. WDAY, Workday, to invest 100 billion Canadian dollars in Canada over 5 years. LLY, Eli Lilly, they got an FDA breakthrough therapy designation on a drug this morning. AstraZeneca, AZN, they're going to do their listing on NYSE, going to remove from NASDAQ and move over to NYSE in February. You got Davos going on. This week Trump's scheduled to talk. Bissent says that a decision on the Fed chair could come next week. Verizon's offering rebates totaling $650 million as a result of last week's outages. Walmart's looking to expand its high offering margin home good products. Teva, Supreme Court to take up patent dispute over skinny labels for generic drugs. Micron MU plans to acquire a Taiwanese plant for $1.8 billion to produce memory chips. All right, that's all I'm seeing this morning. Let's move on and let's talk about our stock of the day from Friday, which was FitB, Fifth Avenue Third Bank Corp. Listen, you know what? The stock opened up at $49.15 and it fell to $48.77. I mean, my entry price was $48.80. And so it fell 3 cents lower than that. And then it rallied and it closed at $49.16. And then, this morning you look at the stock and it's trading $50, was the last trade. FITB was a winner. FITB 111. So you got to be happy with that. But that concludes NewsWare's Trade Talk for today, January 20th. Guys, you know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.